What the fuck is going on, everybody? I am your host, Nick Bockless. This is the WTF show, Winning the Flex. Going to be doing some giraffes, going to be talking about maybe some fades that I am intentionally or not even intentionally fading. Going to jump right into it as well. Bring up underdog right now. It's Saturday. It's the day after 4th of July, where everyone's hungover. Not me, though, because I am saving that for next week. Because the war is with myself. What is popping? What am I doing? So, what I'm going to do first, we will be entering into a Chihuahua real soon, but I'm going to look at my exposures and we're going to kind of just see who I'm low on right now. Like I said, it's intentionally or not intentionally. It just depends with how the draft's been going. Maybe I'm targeting certain players. Maybe structurally, I'm doing things a little bit different. What the fuck is going on? What's up, man? How you doing? Yo, what's up, Snake? Calling me a snake? Calling me a snake? No, sir. Okay. Give me one sec. Give me one sec, guys. My bad. So, like I said, we are going to be kind of just going over my exposures a little bit, seeing what players I'm low on. All right. So let's check this out. So I've done 257 drafts, right? I've done I think 44 BBMs, almost 150 puppies, Max the Pitbull, done some poodles, so a variety of different things. So obviously I've been drafting. This is all from post NFL draft, a little over 2 months, as you can see my exposures right here. But we're just gonna kind of look at the players I'm lowest on. And this is gonna be fun because I haven't really checked this at all lately. I think it's been probably a month since I looked at players that have like, 0 to maybe 2, 3, 4% on. All right. All these players you see don't really matter. These are just round 18 darts. But we're gonna be looking at certain players that have ADPs that people are higher on, that are being drafted. And the first name, as you can see, Sam Laporta. I have $8 worth of Sam Laporta, less than 1% of Sam Laporta, where I feel comfortable with that. But I have thought, because Sam Laporta goes in a range where I'm always taking RBs or receivers, and this year I just really enjoy where the the tight ends are. So I always prefer the 2v2s of, like, I would rather have a Matthew Golden and a David Njoku than a Sam Laporta and maybe a Marvin Mims. Obviously, maybe that's wrong, but that's how I've been playing it. But Sam Laporta is an interesting tight end that came down the stretch, was looking like his rookie self, and he is someone that I think could uh could surpass his ADP and be a guy that, obviously he's on a good team. Maybe, we see a little bit of a balance between his rookie year and his second year. So I don't know. I don't think this is going to move up at all, really. Like I said, I think Sam Laporta is a really good tight end. I just structurally think that I'm going to be fading him this year for other tight ends right now. Next one, Tyler Show. This one's simple. I just, by the time where his ADP is, I already have my quarterback situation figured out. And Tyler Show's an interesting one. I mean, he could run the ball a little bit. He should be the starter all year. The offense won't be great though. So I'm more than okay having less than 1% Tyler Show. Quinn Johnson, I'm okay with having less percent, like fading Quinn Johnson, but part of me is kind of now backtracking a little bit where maybe he's an okay click where he goes because he did show growth his second year and it's a good offense. Maybe Trey Harris isn't a good receiver and QJ is the number two there. Spike, best ball type of player from what we saw last year. So QJ is someone that I'll probably want to mix in a little more when I am building a Texans and Chargers thing. Next up, no really, high ADP players, but Dylan Sampson's definitely gonna get that up. I think he's a good pick where he's going. Surprised I only have 1% of him because I do like him. So I will be targeting more of him. Isaiah Likely, 1.2%. I feel okay with that, but I think a couple days ago, I forgot what I was listening to, but I do think Isaiah Likely is someone that I want to have more of because there is a case where Mark Andrews maybe is just getting older. He's dusty. And Isaiah Likely, I think, is a really good tight end. And I think that he will be involved in this offense regardless of Mark Andrews. But if something was to happen, Mark Andrews injury, or maybe Isaiah Likely just plays more than him this year, he could be a really good pick at where his ADP is going. What is up, Uncle? Happy 5th of July. Hopefully your 4th of July was really awesome. So yeah, and then it's just all these guys like Noel, Brian Robinson, Joe Burrow, 1.6% of Joe Burrow. Man, it's crazy because Joe Burrow is a quarterback that could be the quarterback one through weeks 15 and 17, and the Bengals are just crushing him. But it's just hard for me to get at Joe Burrow because if I do take Chase with the 1.1, which I always do, I try to pass him to the 5-7 turn, or I'm sorry, the 6-7 turn. I've taken him at the 4-5 turn, but clearly not enough or a lot. So 1.6%, like uh I don't know. I don't know how I feel about that, if I'm being honest. Like that spooks me out just a little bit. Kenny Coleman, 1.9%. Fine with that. James Cook, I'm more than okay fading James Cook this year, 1.9%. I just think that touchdown regression is going to go down for him. Ray Davis is a good RB. Josh Allen is going to be at the goal line. James Cook, I think, is a good RB. I just don't see a way where he's going to have double-digit touchdowns again. He doesn't really get used in the passing game as well, so he's on a good offense, but it's an offense that's going to, vulture a lot of goal line touchdowns, and they don't throw to RBs. Rashid Shaheed, this number will get higher as the summer goes. He was just a blind spot for me. I mean, whenever I get into the early hundreds, I'm just always taking RB, tight end, or quarterback there. I rarely look at receivers, but I am coming around on Shaheed a little more. Garrett Wilson, this is like probably a huge stand, right? Less than 2%. And Garrett Wilson, I see the upside case with Garrett Wilson. I see what he could potentially do. Obviously he's the only target there. Justin Fields and DJ Moore had an incredible year a few years ago, but I don't know, man. I just think Garrett Wilson and the Jets are gonna be on a terrible offense, a lot of three and outs. And Garrett Wilson's a really good receiver. I just think that he just always leaves me wanting more. So I don't know. Garrett Wilson is someone that I've obviously haven't been clicking. I'll mix him in if he falls, but there are options that I like better. I mean, I could do this all day. but I'm gonna do one more. So we'll do Ashton Genty. Ashton Genty, I'm fading simply because I like Devon Achane better. I like CMC better. And the receivers around him, I just like better as well. Like Genty, I think is smash, but I just prefer the options around him. So that's kind of just a little tease to guys that I am fading. Like I said, some of it is intentionally, some of it's not intentionally. It's just players I like better. So with that said, we will be getting into a Chihuahua. I'll be entering in 10 seconds if anybody wants to enter one as well. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Enter. Waiting for 5 more people. Let's fucking go. I don't know how long my live stream's gonna be. We will see. I might do one draft, might do 10 drafts. Just depends on the flow and actually I'm waiting on a message for something. So what is up, everybody? What's up, family? Love to see you guys in here. Appreciate you guys. Love the new pick, Kevin. What's up, Best Ball on call? Appreciate seeing you. Good morning, Hydrated King. Yes, sir. So I'm fasting today, and basically just a gallon of water. I threw some lemon and limes in there. Just going to fast all day. Drink this baby up. Right. Try to detox from yesterday. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, baby. Let's go. Kevin says Brock Purdy, Drake May, really good quarterbacks value this year. Justin Fields also 100%. That's been one of my strategies in a lot of drafts where if I don't take an elite quarterback, I think the quarterback pocket zone in the early hundreds are just phenomenal with quarterbacks. Rushing upside, good offenses. Dak, he's proven that he can be a top 5 quarterback. So really, really enjoy all of that. So we got the 1.6 in this bad boy. We have Barkley, Gibbs left for me. I will take either one. So Barkley goes. Totally okay with that. I love Gibbs. Easy click. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, I do try to fast once a week, at least 24 hours, just to give my body some time from all that food I be eating during the week. So 22nd Chihuahua, I think I did like 8 already. I do think I see a few people in here that I see on Twitter. FF Link, I've seen before. Ike Money, I've seen before. Some sharp drafters in this lobby. RIP to the days of Achan falling to the mid and the late second. Always loved when I could go Gibbs and Achan start. Probably won't be able to do that again rest of the season. So run the clock for me. I think this is a lad pick to go Gibbs. Year 2 receiver broke out his rookie year. Good offense. Not going to overthink that. Fredo looks a little familiar as well. If anyone is watching or is in my lobby, say what's up. Say what's up to the chat. Oh yeah. I don't know if you hear that neck crack, but that was a loud one. All right, baby. Let's get this. Let's win ourselves some 30K. The third, oh man. So coming up 3.6. This one's very the third, fourth round. like the mid late third all the way to like the whole fourth round is somewhat of a flat tier to me. That's why lately I have been taking more elite quarterbacks because if I'm debating two, three players at the same position I think are just similar, I'm like, hey, just take the quarterback. So right here, what we man, I just showed my Garrett Wilson exposures of less than 2%. And I'm like, maybe Garrett Wilson, we're gonna up that percent a little bit today. You know what? You know, screw. That's what we're gonna do, guys. I have 1.8% Garrett Wilson through 257 drafts, and we're gonna take another Garrett Wilson. Like I said, when he was going at the 2-3 turn, I wasn't touched him. But if he's gonna fall to the mid late third, I'm more open to it because I do think that there are players ahead of him there. Yo, what's good, man? UFC Jaguar, what's up, baby? I think you're in here too. Yeah, there you are. We have UFC Jaguar in here with us. He goes Genty, Brian Thomas. Nice. Yeah, like Devontae Adams, I like a lot this year. JSN, Garrett Wilson, both very similar situations where unknown quarterback play, the clear number one target on the offense. Both are really good receivers, but so I go back and forth between them because I just, I think both situations could be similar. But I guess if I had to, pick one than the other, I would say that Garrett Wilson's proven more so far in the NFL in his NFL career, and I would also say that there's less target competition in New York than there is possibly in Seattle. Let me see where AJ Brown is at. Actually, I'll just go to the board. Interesting. What I've been trying to emphasize more lately is getting fourth round Devontae Smith because Hurts will fall to the fifth. I think all these receivers are similar. I think Amar Hampton's a stud, but we're gonna get to a point soon where you're not gonna be able to get Smith and Hurts in the 4-5. I guarantee that. I think Hurts is gonna continue to rise where he's not gonna be falling to the 4-5 turn much often. So whenever I'm in position to try to pull the Smith and Hurts, I will try to do that. Yo, what's up, No Cap Mac? How we doing? We're doing great, baby. It's a great day, Saturday. We're doing a 24-hour fast. We're drinking a lot of water. We're smoking these draft lobbies. Doing great. We're doing a Chihuahua right now. 20-second Chihuahua. We just started. The underdog dropped a couple contests. I think it was yesterday. The down shit and the down shit. Oh, unfortunately, Hurts goes. That is unfortunate, but yeah. So underdog did drop the Chihuahua and the down shit yesterday, and I think I haven't done any down shit yet. I'm gonna wait for that, but I've done like maybe 10 Chihuahuas. So Hurts goes, which it's okay. Like I think Smith is worth a fourth round tag in general. So not I'm not sad about having Smith. Obviously, would love Hurts there, but that's okay. With this next one thing too that I always do where I pass on JSN and then I take Walker, and it's like, maybe just having JSN on this team too would be good and make sense because I'm already betting on Seattle. He does go before. We could do Chuba as an RB2. We have Mixon, I like as well. And then Flowers and Ridley, but we'll go Chuba. We'll get our second RB. Chuba was for some time a 5-6 turn. He would even fall in the sixth round. He's been moving up. Generally, what you'll see as well is RBs do creep up as the casuals come in and draft with us. So all the RBs here, I think, are generally going to move up. I think James Conner is going to go into the fifth round soon. Camaro, we see he's in the fifth round already. So either start taking these RBs now before they start to creep up a little more. When it comes to quarterback stacks, we have outs with Justin Herbert. We have outs with Garrett Wilson. Probably not going to touch golf. And then we could do a Bryce Young thing later. The reason why I take Chubb in the fifth too is because I knew that the receivers I would like more than RBs, which it looks like that will be the case. Joe Burrow still floating around right there. We'll see if he makes it back to the Chase or Higgins owner. So I think we'll go Addison. It's a week 17 you know, bring back to Gibbs. Yeah, that's what we'll do. I like Addison a lot too. If there's no suspensions, smell on Addison, I think you can argue Addison being a 4 or 5 turn player, right? Like I think Addison, like when you look at, clear number twos, explosive, proven production, I think you could fit Addison in the same box as a Devontae Smith, as a George Pickens, as a Jalen Waddle. But I think because the unknown with JJ McCarthy, the suspension as well, it is depressing his ADP. But another interesting thing is like if we do get the confirmed suspension for Addison missing, let's say 3 games, there's a chance he's gonna fall more. And if he falls even more, I'm just gonna be taking him. Yo, what's up, Boogie? How we doing, baby? We have the 11th place finalist, BBM 5, in the house with us. Yep, gonna be interesting year with JJ this year. Yeah, very interesting year with the Vikings. I think JJ McCarthy's good. I think he's having a good year, but we'll see. So we pick again at what pick 91. Ah, I think we'll get an RB that. So we're gonna go Golden. Yeah, we take Golden. I love Golden this year. I love the Packers. I think there's more likely we'll get an RB that we like coming back to us than a receiver. But who knows? Oh, wait, timeout. This guy, FF Link, a 4 RB start. Damn, talk about high testosterone. You got CMC, Derrick Henry, Brees Hall, Alvin Kamara. I respect it, man. Pull up George Kittle too with the CMC. All right. No cap Max says Addison feels even better in these time box contests. Yeah, no, for sure, man. Like I think Addison is a nice click, regardless if it's time box, but maybe in the time box contest, it just gives you that little extra reason to draft him. Plus, two, the week 17 game with the Lions and the Vikings could just be a total shootout. Like that seems like it's going to be a very fun, fantasy friendly game. And I want pieces to that game. And Addison's just he's just a guy that's a baller, right? Like touchdowns aren't a predictive stat, but the first 2 years in his career, he's put up over 10 touchdowns, I believe, each year. So maybe he's just like that. Maybe he's just a baller like that, man. This is gonna be an interesting pick coming up. I love Emeka. I'm trying to get more of him, but we do have 5 receivers. I think Mason makes sense on this team as well. Get a third RB. We have the Vikings correlation. I think TJ Hawkinson makes sense as well. Get our first tight end. So I think, yeah, Hawkinson Mason. It's one of these picks. Vikings. I don't have much Hawk. I am taking more. You know what? Let's do Hawkinson. We're betting on the passing game. Don't have much Hawkinson, but I do think 2 years removed from the ACL, good offense, proven tight end. Good pick here. I'll leave it at that. He's a good pick here. It makes sense. Taking Hawkinson 2 allows us to feel more better stopping at 2 tight ends than 3. Coming up right here, when we get to the range of around 9, 10, 11, it's like fuck ADP. Like legit, like I'll pull players 15, 20 picks up here. Say it's a bad strategy. I don't care. I think that this tier of players are all similar from 100 to like 130s. I think the receivers are similar. I think the tight ends like David Njoku, Tucker Craft, you can argue should go ahead of guys like Kelsey or Andrews. This is it's interesting pick. We do have Garrett Wilson, so Justin Fields makes a bunch of sense. The RBs is flat, so I do think we'll go Justin Fields with this first pick. We have outside the quarterback, right? Like JJ McCarthy, I think would fit really nice on this team. Jordan Love as well. So I'll just kind of. We also have Lad. So we have good options coming up. Let's see where I'm at on the board. So we do pick again. So the question is, do I want to take just 2 more quarterbacks, get that out the way, stack them up, or do I just take a positional player and then, I should get at least one of these quarterbacks to fall back to me. You never know with certain rooms, but based off ADP, I should. But who knows? Like I've had it where I've seen quarterbacks, just getting pulled up the board, but I've seen quarterbacks where they fall multiple rounds past ADP. There are teams that still don't have a quarterback. If I'm looking at the pick from 126 to 116, there are teams that have 2 quarterbacks, also teams only have 1. I don't know. This is an interesting pick for me. I think Najee makes sense. We could do that with the Chargers thing we're building now. Cam Scatterboo, not too high on him right now, but it makes sense here. Probably not going to go receiver. Tight end. I like the tight ends here, but so Najee goes. So because Najee does go, we're gonna pull up JJ McCarthy. We have Addison, we have Hawkinson. He's been creeping up a little bit. He was going around the 130s. And I feel really good about just my team, just having my 2 quarterbacks. I have it stacked up. You don't need to stack Fields, but if I have Garrett Wilson, I like doing that. And what it allows us, we could take 1 more quarterback, just be done, have 3 fun quarterbacks all stacked up. Tight ends. I do like the tight ends here as well. You know, the game is always trying to time what you think is going to come back to you. So it's like, what's going to come back to me at 139? Well, quarterback coming back? Probably not. Could Tucker Craft goes already. Interesting. See, the RBs aren't that sexy. So I do think we're actually going to take a quarterback here and just be done. I like Warren. I like Loveland as well. But we do have Hawkinson. Question is, do I want to take Love or Herbert? I like both. I think it makes sense because we do have Lad, right? Stacking with Herbert. Yeah, so we're done at quarterback. Love David and Tucker. Let's go. You know what, Adam? I'm gonna fade you, my boy. Sign up to Draft and Pass so I can fade all your teams on that. Also, welcome in. I really do enjoy the start though. 3-2-5-1. The quarterbacks like this is kind of what I've been playing with where I think the quarterbacks that you're able to get in the early hundreds are just the best value compared to all the other positions. Maybe not outside of tight end, but like I don't have an elite quarterback, but I'm gonna combat. I'm going to combat with the elite quarterbacks with Fields, JJ McCarthy, Justin Herbert. Fields could spike for 40 points in a given week. JJ McCarthy could be amazing. Justin Herbert is one of the best real life quarterbacks in the NFL. It's fantasy football, I know, but I'm just saying that the production that Herbert could give could smash his ADP. He still has a 5,000 and like 40 touchdown season on his resume. Reports he might be running the ball a little more this year as well. So really enjoy this trio of quarterbacks. And look, we have Jordan Love falling to us. I'm not taking Love. Ah, guys. Oh my God. No, it doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense. I know I'm not dumb, but I'm just saying that the person that won the fast puppy for 250K did have he had 4 quarterbacks on his team. I could have done it, but we're taking 2 in. I like 2 in. Now, I'll say this, if Love falls to us again, then maybe I'm a little more likely to do something like that. I think I've done like one 4 QB team this year, and it was in the Superflex. No, I don't know. I might have done one single 4 QB team. Maybe in a puppy or something. But funny enough, though, 2 years ago, I believe the golden, right? It was a single entry, the golden contest. I did have a 4 quarterback team, and it made the finals. I didn't win it, but it was kind of cool to see a 4 quarterback team make the finals. I mean, guys, do you guys take Jordan Love here? 23 picks past 8. Okay, never mind. Whew. Save me. You saved me. All right. So this is a fucking fat fall on Javante. Let me look up Twitter right now. Is something going on here? What? I'm taking Javante, man. 28 picks past ADP. I don't draft much Javante, but if he goes 28 picks past ADP, uh I'm gonna do that. I'm just gonna look on Twitter, but yo, like, what's going on here? Is there Javante Williams news that I don't know about? No, don't say nothing. Well, that is the farthest I've seen Javante going in a very long time. Pick 150. I'll say this: when there are players that you're fading because of price, right? I'm fading Javante Williams because I think his price is too high. I like the RBs around him better. I'll play it through Jaden Blue. I'll play it through Miles Sanders. I'm fine with that. But I mean, come on, man. Like, I don't know, 20 picks. Adam does break with breaking news. Javante Williams is ass. That is probably the real reason why he fell. It's just this lobby's so sharp, and I'm the dumb one. I'm the fool that jumped on the landmine. Crazy where we at. I'd rather have Darren Waller over Johnu Smith. I think that's what you mean, Johnu Smith. Yeah, it's crazy that we have Waller back in the NFL. He has an ADP of 193. That is interesting. I myself would still have Johnu Smith over Darren Waller personally, but there's obviously a case for Darren Waller to be fantasy relevant this year. All right, so coming up next, a couple interesting things we could do. I like Jalen Wright. I don't mind these receivers as well, but I think we'll just take our fifth RB here. Yeah, that's what we'll do. Jalen Wright, I'm seeing the community kind of get more on him lately. And if I do think once we get more into late July, and if it is confirmed Jalen Wright's RB2 behind Devon Achane, he's going to move up. Devon Achane, love him this year, going to draft a hell of an amount of Devon Achane, but Devon Achane still is a smaller back who could get hurt, and if he did get hurt, I think Jalen Wright would be the first guy to get a crack of the majority of the touches for the Dolphins. A couple weeks ago, that would be the craziest thing to say. Oh, 100%, man. Like, if you told me that Miami Dolphins were gonna be trading Johnny Smith and then bringing Darren Waller in to replace him, like, I'd be like, you're fucking nuts. Like why? Like, why would they do that? There's so many better tight ends in the NFL that they could have, but apparently, you know, apparently they wanted their guy. Is there any correlation we could do, guys? I mean, we do Mason Taylor, pull him up, do the Justin Fields thing. RBs, there's RBs I do like here as well for receivers. Nothing too special that I see. I think let's just take another RB, man. Do Rico Shipley. Ah, damn it. All right, so I fucked up. I forgot we have Chubb on this team. I forgot we have Chubb. So I take Rico. Obviously, that's my bad. But now I'm gonna tell you guys why it's a great fucking pick that I made. They're both gonna get work. Rico's gonna get a little work. Maybe spikes in my lineup a few times, or maybe Chuba misses like 4 weeks. Rico smashes, and then I go into the fantasy playoffs with a low on Chuba. Regardless, if I remembered if I had Chuba, I wouldn't be taking Rico. I would have took Will Shipley or someone else. So yeah, that sucks, but we're just gonna hope that it works out our way. Also, too, I could have stopped at 5 RBs maybe. We have 3 more picks. We'll probably just do 2 receivers and 1 more tight end. Man, Pat Fairmouth. I wasn't I didn't have a lot of Pat Fairmouth. Not because I don't like him. I actually liked him a lot. I wasn't getting around to it. And I legit, like, 2 days before they traded for Johnny, I was like, you know what? Like, I'm gonna be aggressive with Pat Fairmouth. So what we're going to do, guys, we're just going to take Mason Taylor and we're going to call it a day at tight end. We have Hawkinson. He's our elite tight end, and we're just going to hope Mason Taylor is the number 2 target for Justin Fields. And if that's the case, then good pick. The war is in myself. All right. So we have a 3-6-5-2 building. We're gonna take 2 more receivers. Justin Fields, JJ McCarthy, Justin Herbert. Love that. Gibbs, Chuba, 2-in, Javonte, Jalen Wright, Rico. Didn't mean to take Rico with Chuba, but it is what it is. Then we have Lad, Garrett, Devontae, Addison, Golden to finish up with Hawkinson, Mason Taylor. So 2 more picks. I don't think we're going to do any stacking related things. I think we're pretty good on that. We're pretty much just going to take the 2 best players that we like coming up. I don't love Hopkins, but Hawkins makes sense if we want to do something with the Packers week 17 game. I think Darius Slayton is a good click. I think Calvin Austin's a good click. Keenan Allen, if he signs somewhere, his ADP is going to shoot up. Malik Washington, I'm clicking more now. I think he has a chance to get kind of more of those gimmick stuff that they like to run. We're just gonna do Dolphins. I'm sorry, Hopkins because of the week 17 correlation with Green Bay. The wars in myself. I gotta take a piss, but I'm gonna hold it for now. I'm gonna wait. I like this team. I think it's a fun team. I think we did a good job. The Rico shit's pissing me off. I'm not gonna lie about that, but it is what it is. Overall, pretty solid. Gonna take 1 more receiver. Let's just scroll down to see if there's anything that we just see that could tickle our fancy. Hey, Mike Williams, Justin Herbert, week 17, 2 touchdowns. Probably not. Probably not, guys. Why does Christian Watts? I mean, I was gonna say his ADP is not higher than and Savian's the same, but I know that there are some people probably clicking Watson round 18. I myself will not be doing that. I'd rather just take Wicks if I was gonna do that. Coker we could do because we do have a Panthers thing kind of playing out. I think Coker is also a good receiver, but it's murky with all the receivers there as well. Wicks we could do also, which is kind of kind of better on the Packers and Ravens thing, but I have a lot of Wicks. I have like almost 30% Wicks. We'll do Coker. Javonte needs to fall to about the 160. I agree that he needs to fall. Where does he fall? I don't know, man. Because if he falls to 160, do you think Jaden Blue should rise up? Do you think Miles Sanders where? Because the Cowboys RB situation, I do think it's gonna have some value this year. It's a good offense, can be up tempo, and they're potentially going to score a lot of points. So it's like, man, to get possibly one of the RBs in the 150s and 160s, and if it's the first Cowboys RB, I'll do that 100% of the time. I don't know. I do think Javonte needs to fall, but I guess he's the most likely to be the most fantasy relevant. But I'm just not going to pay for that at his current price. Yeah, it's tough. Smith and Pat cannibalize each other big time. 100% they do. But the one thing I'll say, though, is that the Steelers did actively trade for Johnny Smith, and he is a different type of tight end where they could use him in the slot. They could move him around more. And I do think that Rodgers will make him his second target. I am not interested that much in Jonnu and Pat this year after the trade, but I could see Jonnu still providing some type of value just because they did trade for him, and Arthur Smith loves this dude, but it's not a fun situation for me. I think all three of those guys should be similar ADP. Yeah, that makes sense. Like I think if you had like maybe Javante and Blue kind of both like around the 140s and then Miles Sanders like, creeping in the 150s, 60s, and then you just take your shot on who you think's the best. Where right, like I'll take all of them. Like I do never take Javante, but like if he falls, like I'll take him. Just fuck it, right? Bite the bullet. But it's not sexy. I'm 8 minutes behind chat. My bad. Up to the moment out. Oh no, you good, man. I appreciate you. Watching the giraffe and chatting, of course. So this is our team, a 3-6-7-2 build. I like it. I think it's fun. Fields, JJ McCarthy, Justin Herbert, all stacked up with Ladd, Garrett Wilson, Addison. We got the Hawkinson stack as well. RB room is fun. Gibbs, Chuba, two anchors, and then we have two in Javante Wright and Rico Dowdle. Overall, I think it's a fun team. I will be going over just because he did mention his name in the chat. We do have the UFC Jaguar drafting with us. He goes 3-5-7-3, Lamar Caleb, and brings Russell Wilson. Interesting. Quarterback room is awesome. Obviously, whenever you have Lamar, it's gonna be awesome. Genty, Connor, Jones, Eckler, Chubb. I like this RB room. I think when you get Jones as your third, it's nice. Eckler, I'm high on as well, leading by Genty and Connor. He has Thomas Moore, Roma Duze, Stephon Diggs, Kyle Williams, Pat Bryan, and Wanda Robinson. So then he does have like the Russell Wandell stack. He has the Caleb double stack, which is nice with Moore and Rome. Lamar, does he have stack? Yeah, he has Mark Andrews as well. And then look, he has Loveland and Theo stacked as well. So very stack happy. I don't mind it. I think this is a good team. Do I take Russell Wilson? No, I would prefer Dart 100%, but I don't know if maybe Dart went. Okay, so Dart did go. So yeah, so like I don't think you needed out of Russell Wilson, but obviously now you're making the bet that he's a starter all year, or he's just really good the first 10 weeks and he's getting you points to advance. But like I said, if it was Dart, I'd do it. If not, I probably wouldn't do Russ, but can't say I hate it. All right, so I will be doing one more draft, guys. So if anyone is interested in doing another 20-second Chihuahua with me, I will be hopping in 10 seconds. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Waiting for 10 more people. I'm gonna be right back. I'm gonna go take a piss. You want to stand, baby? Ooh. All right. We are back just in time. All right, so we pulled the 8th spot. I swear, all off season, I feel like I've been drafting from the 8th to the 12th spot, which not complaining because I do like the players there, but would like some early picks as well. I see we have UFC Jaguar with us. What's up, man? Welcome into another one. We also have Dirty P. Let's go. If I miss anyone, drop it in the chat. Good luck. Good luck. Good luck, my I'm not gonna say enemies, too harsh, but my you know what, screw it. You guys are my enemies in the chat. Almost halfway done with the gallon of water, guys. We pushing through it. All right, so we're up in 3 picks. CD Gibbs are going to be gone, unfortunately. When I have the 8 spot, I kind of mix it up, right? I'll go Puka, CMC, Neighbors, and whatnot. Don't take Gibbs, man. He's in the timeshare community. All right. Screw it. We're gonna have some fun, guys. We're gonna have some fun. Time box contest. Devon Achane is a first rounder. We're gonna go Devon Achane. And we might pull Tyreek Hill up. Who knows? Maybe we do that. Or maybe we say fuck it and we just do a Bucky thing where we're just building out this week 17 correlation. I don't know yet. We'll see who falls to us. But 100% Devon Achane should be a first round pick. Like Devon Achane, I'm thinking like maybe I should have him ranked ahead of CMC. Because they're basically the same players. CMC given, more proven, better offense, but very risky. Screw it. I don't care. Let's do this. Let's have some fun, guys. But yeah, I think Devon Achane could be a first round pick. He literally could catch 100 passes this year. When Tua was healthy, Devon Achane was averaging almost 6 catches a game. Like, just do the math. If he gets 17 games of Tua, I think Devon Achane is going to catch around 100 passes. And then if he could bring any of the explosive ability we saw year one, or this offense is just not a total shit show as it was last year, Devon Achane is going to smash. So I need to make him a priority. I want to have at least like 20-25% Devon Achane in BBM in all the contests. It's just I just see the vision there. Now I will say though, it is tough because I also do love the receivers at the 1-2 turn, like Nico Collins. I think is a monster. I think Amari St. Brown's undervalued a little bit. Brian Thomas is coming off an amazing rookie year where he put up 240 points. So it is hard, but you do need to make stands sometimes. King is out here, the $4 chalupa cook-off. Love it. Have you narrowed down your first round pick to a couple people, nephew in the main redraft? Not really, man. It's so tough because in a main redraft, it's like there's so much information that could happen for me to decide who I want to pick there. Where with best ball, I could just pick and choose like anyone I want. I could, if I want this guy, take this guy. So still unsure for the main redraft. I'm sure like late July, I'll probably be more certain. And I definitely got to do more mock drafts for my main redraft league. So we have Devon Achane, we have Bucky. Probably going receiver. We could do a JSN thing. Yeah, I almost put on Mike Evans, just total build out this, but I'm cool with JSN. I do have Achane ahead of CMC. Yeah, it makes sense. Like I think that's totally fair. And like CMC, he's literally won so many people their leagues, and I think he'd be a stud, but I do think that I might just put Achane ahead of CMC. My dog snuck in my room. before I close the door. So he's hiding under my covers right now. And also, anyone that is here watching that is not subscribed, hit that sub button, hit that like button. I also have a sub goal to 500. Once I hit it, 12-hour stream, gonna give away 12 BBM entries, a lot of fun, a lot more. So just FYI. Hold up. Let me make this pick real quick. Ooh, Jaden Daniels faller. Fuck, we'll take Jaden Daniels. Let me get this board back up for you guys. I'm sure you guys don't want to see my handsome face so close up. There we go. Won't lie, kind of just had a snap pick that, but Jaden Daniels, mid fourth, 100% okay with it. It does push us back at receiver a decent amount, which you know what, I'm confident we'll make it work. Pick 56. Okay, so this is a unique roster for sure. I've never built it this way. I've never had a Devon Achane Bucky start, and then we do the lead quarterback as well. So we're just saying, you know what, let's just go super unique and just build out the squad a different way. Hey, younger makes sense. Yeah, I mean, you have CMC almost 30 years old, coming off, a pretty crazy injury played season last year. Yeah, right. So it's interesting. We'll see. We'll see how it plays. We'll see how it plays out. And I appreciate that. Appreciate anyone that likes this video, subs. We will get to 500. The question is just how soon we will get there. And when we do, 12-hour live stream, maybe it turns into a 16-hour live stream. Maybe it turns into a 24. I don't know yet because I could be drafting all day. Did Waddle go? Yeah, Waddle. So could have pulled Waddle to the 4-2. Decide not to do that. RIPs to the days of Waddle in the fifth and even in the sixth round, he would fall sometimes. I remember the big board Waddle was in the sixth round a lot. 30P pulls off the Devontae Smith and Jalen Hurts stack. I love that. Yeah, I think right now we're just receiver mode. We'll see if we get one of these. If not, then it's like, do I pull up Rome or Juwan or Lave, or do I just take one more RB? Or let me see what my next pick is. I think I think Zay is a good pick here. Our receiver two, he looks good. Like I think Zay's a good receiver, but that offense, it's just not built around him. Particular, it's built more around the tight ends, Lamar, Derrick Henry. But Zay, I do think Zay has the ability to do more. There just probably needs to be a little chaos for that to happen with the Ravens. Yo, WTF, what the fuck is going on, Hartman? Welcome in, buddy. Yeah, Nick, what if I first two picks give it up? Bricky, Nick, what I first don't understand what that means, unfortunately. But if you want to type it again, then love to look at it. Do we take the falling Rome or do we take Godwin? All right, makes it easy. We'll take Godwin. Third receiver. We have Bucky. We're playing this Dolphins Bucks thing. And as of right now, we're playing it through HN. And if we look 2 rounds later, we pick at pick 80 and 89 again. 89 is I'm looking at it could be the Mecca or the Baker range as well. What are your first two picks? My first two picks are Devon Achan and Bucky Irving. I believe that's what you mean. If not, maybe you meant the main redraft. Good morning. Good morning. How are you doing, brother? Happy July 5th. Hopefully, your July 4th was a great time and you didn't have to recover from a massive hangover like some of us did. So look, we got Joe Burrow falling to pick 72. Just more and more often, this is becoming the norm. And soon enough, Joe Burrow's ADP will be 72. And then you'll have people trying to push to 96. Just kidding, probably not. Oh, look, he has Tyreek Hill and Waddle as well. Interesting. So we have our elite quarterback, Jaden Daniels. We have Devon Chan, Bucky, JSN, Zay, and Chris Godwin. So what we could do, I mean, Baker obviously makes a ton of sense on his team. If we want to do that, I also am flirting with maybe I reach up on Emeka, and then we could do the Baker thing. But also, it's like, do I take Emeka over Golden, Diggs, Downs? Also, it's like, man, because I feel like if we're betting on Emeka, we'll do Golden because like this probably doesn't make sense. But like Godwin and Emeka on the same team to me doesn't feel amazing because I kind of feel like if Emeka's smashing, then Godwin is probably disappointing or he's starting out slow or maybe he's not the same. Now, I don't think that's the sound logic. I think Emeka and Godwin you could have on the same team, but just right now, that's kind of what my mind is going through. Maybe I could push Baker and still take Emeka. Let me see what's Mike Evans. Or actually, I keep forgetting I could just go to the board. Oh, Emeka go. So never mind. Can't do that. So I could take him. I could take Baker and stop with the quarterback situation, which I think I'm gonna do. Right, like I'll stop at two QBs. I have the stack already. I mean, Baker and Jalen Downs is a very fun duo to have on your team. A lot of upside, a lot of floor, two great offenses, two great matches for week 17. A lot of fun. Thank you, thank you. Yeah, this has been a fun team so far. Definitely unique. I'm more likely to get unique in like time box contests as well. Also like lower entry stuff, man. Like I just, I'm just trying to have fun, trying to try new things out. And I'm always trying to think about certain things like how can I like create a team that is obviously really good, but it just stands out from how most people are building teams. And I think the easiest way to do that is obviously through ADP, right? Devon Achan, Bucky Irving, they both have ADPs in the mid, like the mid second round, right? Or Achan's early second, Bucky's late second. So they're never on the same team, So they play with each other week 17, so you get you get a fun duo where you get a start where it could work, right? Devon Achane could be the RB1 overall this year. Bucky Irving could be, not far behind that. Like Bucky Irving, I think is a really good RB. That I think has the talent to succeed and be a top five RB. And he's on a good offense. Rashad White's obviously gonna play, but when you're able to create a story that's just different, but it still is able to get you to the promised land, I think it's good to do that, mix it up. You do it many different ways, right? You could do it at the 2-3 turn, 4-5 turn. You could just maybe, I don't know, maybe besides taking Joe Burrow, you take Hertz and Smith, which that's actually not that different, but you know what I'm saying. So we have a fallen Ayuk. So we're done at QB. I'm not even gonna look at that. Tight end. Could do a Mark Andrews if you want. Receivers. Shaheed Bayman or Burden. Yeah, we'll take Shaheed. Fifth receiver. Trying to get just a little more of him, but not too much. Right now we're rocking a 2-2-5 build. Jaden Daniels, Baker Mayfield, Devon Chan, Bucky Irving are our two RBs. Then we have JSN, Zay Flowers, Chris Godwin, Matthew Godwin, and Shaheed. Fun start. Coming up is an interesting pick for us. I think we'll probably take an RB. Harris, Sharp, Steve, like all these RBs are similar tiers for me, but you could play them in different ways, right? Like Najee seems like one that it's gonna have like Najee and Dobbins. I think are gonna have even Stevenson too. Hold up, Najee, Stevenson, and Dobbins. I think are gonna have roles all year in that offense, but I think Stevenson's probably more likely to lose touches. Maybe not, because I mean Najee's facing a first round RB who's really good, but then Greg Roman loves to run two RBs. Sharp is like the one that's like more the clear handcuff. Dobbins and Najee are very interesting to me as in players. So yeah, we go J.K. Dobbins, pick 113. I think he is someone that can hit the flex. Champagne loves using two RBs. Dobbins running behind the best run blocking O line, I believe. Great pass protector. RJ Harvey's not a good pass protector, which that's okay for RJ Harvey because RJ Harvey is still gonna have a good role. I just think Dobbins is in a place where he's gonna be relevant all year, and it's gonna be a lot of fun to see the Broncos and how they deploy that running game. And two, like some people will be like, "Oh, well, J.K. Dobbins was like pick 180, 190, like he goes way too high now." Who gives a fuck? Like one is this is a timeout context, like so it doesn't matter. All the ADPs are new, so J.K. Dobbins doesn't matter where he was going a month ago. Something like BBM, I hear you well, but I will still take J.K. Dobbins at this price, even though Dobbins was going at pick 90. I have Dobbins teams where I took him in the 180s, 190s, and now I'm taking him in 113s. So be it. Like this is such a chaotic tournament. I'm just gonna take the best players that I think are gonna play because the chances that I miss out on $2 million because I took Dobbins at pick 113 compared to pick 190, I think are just extremely low. The one thing I will say, a couple years ago, Trevor, what's his name, Henderson, I think Darnell Henderson from the Rams, Cam Akers towards Achilles. Darnell Henderson went from around, I don't even know, I think around 13 pick to like a round 5 pick or something like that, like crazy jump. That I'm okay with avoiding because I think that whenever you're in the pick hundreds, the quality of players aren't that high, right? You could argue that that there's receivers or whatever similar range to picks 56 picks later. But when you have a player jump, from round 13, round 4 or 5, then yeah, I wouldn't be so happy with that. Javante is falling again, but I think we'll go two in. I think yeah, two in is the pick here for us. Yeah, yeah. Let's go. Let's go two in there. I'm still gonna be taking two in just because I just think the correlation there with Liam Cohen, and the whole Bucky Irving narrative is strong. Um, I just want parts of the Jacksonville running game. I think they're really cheap. They could be a great offense. Travis Etienne, I think, is a solid RB, but I think at this point he's nothing special. Tuin can be special. Tank Bisbee, I think, is also a good pick as well. But my chips are with the Tuin. So we're done at quarterback, most likely. So I think this will be a two. This would be like a 2-6-7-3 or a 2-5-8-3. RBs, no, not right now. Tight ends, we'll go Tillman. 6 receiver. He's a fun player, right? He's should be the clear receiver two in that offense. Who's the quarterback? I don't know, but maybe we get a lot of Joe Flacco games and Tillman's just on fire. Maybe Sanders takes the job and he's good. I don't know. The Browns are a very interesting team with what they're going to do in the quarterback room. Yeah, so this will be definitely a three tight end team. It looks like. I don't see nothing too crazy, but this guy in the one spot goes Chase, Tyreek, Trey, Waddle, Ridley. So 4 receivers, one tight end, gets Burrow, and then he just, 1, 2, 3, 4, just 5 RBs in a row. Nothing but green. Wait, hold up. For a second, I thought it wasn't live anymore. I thought my stream yard was glitching. But we here and we're good. And coming up, this pick, Eckler makes sense because we do that with Jaden Daniels. Jaden Blue makes some sense. Tank receivers. Likely we could do. I don't think I would want to pair Rashad White with Bucky, but Rashad does go late enough where I can see how it could make some sense. Still probably don't want to do that. Austin Eckler, I like a lot. Could be our fifth RB. Isaiah Likely, I'm trying to get more of him, but at the same time, oh man. All right, well, yeah, we're gonna do Austin Eckler. We have Jane Daniels betting on that. I think Eckler's a good pick. And then coming up, some interesting options. Booted from the lobby and timed out. No, that sucks, man. Are you back in? Let me see if you autoed anything. Did you auto Janu or did you pick Janu? That's a question we need to know. Seeing that you have Hawkinson and David Njoku, I'm guessing you probably auto Janu. Unfortunate. Let's just get Jalen McMillions. Screw it. Let's get some stacking options in here. Have some fun. Yeah, that's unfortunate, man. At least it could have been worse, right? Like I've seen someone auto John Smith like pick 120 right after the trade. Barely got like an ADP value. All right, so we have a 257, Jaden Daniels, Baker Mayfield, Devon Achan, Bucky Irving, J.K. Dobbins, Tuin, and Austin Eckler, JSN, Flowers, Godwin, Golden, Shaheed, Tillman, Jalen McMillions. We're gonna take 3 tight ends on this build, and then I'm gonna choose between an RB and a receiver. I think this will be an 8 receiver team. I think Devon Achan, Bucky could hold it down, and Dobbins and Eckler give enough of a flex appeal to stop at 5, and then 2 just that fun mystery box where if 2 hits, this RB room is very dangerous. With that said, our other receiver, what we could do, Palmer's having a nice fall. Tight ends, gonna start looking at that. Just gonna start queuing up some tight ends. Let's see, did Dirty P get back in? So he takes Stafford, which he has Adams, so that's good. I mean, the team is definitely nice. I like what you're doing here. So regardless of getting timed out. So coming up, Ertz and Alton, one of these could do Ertz with Daniels, could do Alton with Baker. We are going to be doing the Ertz. Six picks away. Let's see if there's any correlation that we could do here. Mm, all in falling to us potentially just to overstack. Like fuck, I don't care. Like with the quarterback like Baker, I don't mind having like $4. I think it's fine. With our last tight end, we could look at there's some interesting rookie RBs that I like we could do. And then receivers. because JSN, Flowers, Godwin, Golden Sheet, Tillman, and Jalen McMillan's quarterback we're good at. We'll have 3 tight ends. RB, I think we'll be fine at. So I do think just adding one more receiver is probably the better move. Try to get a spike type of player. Oh, so Johnny was auto. Okay. Could have been worse, my guy. Could have been definitely worse. I mean, 147, I don't think it's a terrible price for Johnu. You have the elite quarterback, so you could stop at 2 if you want. So maybe Johnu's your your luxury pick. And maybe he's the guy you need. Maybe he's the guy that's gonna get you to 130K. Could do Keenan Allen, just like hope he signs as well. Man, I have so much Keenan Cooper. Man, I'm it's tough. Let's we have Shaheed, so we do the Saints thing. Just take Juwan. 3 tight ends right here, and then with our last pick, maybe even throw in a Kent Mitchell for fun. Could do Coker again as our 8th receiver. Adrian Mitchell is a fun click. A leak. Maybe the 2 receiver sets for the tight ends. Malik Washington could do a loan on piece. Maybe he's gonna play more. Hey, see, there you go, buddy. Yeah, correlation, right? Correlation. I mean, fuck it. 4 tight end. Nah. Like I said, we're building this Bucks Dolphins thing now. We'll take Malik. Week 17, Malik Washington, Devon A. Chan are the offense you need, and then the Bucks just are going to put up 50 points. So this is my team, the 2583 build. Jaden Daniels, Baker Mayfield. I love those 2 quarterbacks. Achan Bucky, J.K. Dobbins, and Eckler. We got unique pulling up Achan to the first round. But I think the RB room we're more than fine with. All as well. We have JSN, Flowers, Godwin, Golden, Shaheed, Tillman, Jalen McMillions, and Malik Washington. This is a softer receiver room than I usually have, but I think we got there. I think these 8 receivers are fun and they play off each other pretty well. 3 late tight ends. So this is a squad. This is a squad that's gonna take down 30K, guys. And you guys were able to witness it live. So congratulations on that. And we also did have a couple people that in the chat, so I will go over their team. We have Dirty P, who has a 2573 build, Jalen Hurts, Stafford, Bijan Connor, Scadaboo, Jack Charbonnet, Hunter. Hero RB type of build. Connor as your RB2, I think is great. Pulls up Cam Scadaboo here as well. I think basically you have your 2 RB set with Bijan and James Conner, and then you're just kind of hoping for some things to play right. Cam Scadaboo could be the guy. Zach Charbonnet is one of the best handcuffs in the NFL. I like Hunter as well. You have the correlation with Stafford, and then you throw on Mitchell. So I think the RB room you did a good job with. Then he has Rice, Adams, Smith, Jerry Judy, Leggett, Palmer, and Tutu. So we see the correlation obviously with Smith and also Stafford with Adams and Tutu. I think when you're able to have Jerry Judy as your receiver 4, like you're good, got a decent value as well. Leggett, Palmer, and Tutu are all fun receiver ads like a spike. So I like the receiver room. And then tight ends, Hawkinson, David Njoku, and John Smith. Obviously, you can stop at 2 tight ends with Hawkinson and David Njoku, which I think you would if you weren't autoed, unfortunately. But it could have been definitely a lot worse with the auto. I think this is a good team. Dirty P, well done. And then our boy UFC Jaguar back to back drafts. Lamar Bo Nix. So I think this is his second Lamar team in a row. Chuba, Harvey, Pollard, Ray Davis versus Hart Smith. So when I have later picks, I really enjoy waiting on RB at the 5-6 turn and double tapping it. And even also getting a Pollard. So I think you wait in RB, but still able to have this group is nicely done. Neighbors, Thomas More, Emeka, Mims, Pat Bryant, Hopkins, and Keenan Allen. So the receiver room, obviously is strong after the first three. Emeka, I think Emeka as your four is fine. Mims, Bryant, and then Hopkins, Keenan Allen. It feels like there's a lot of unknown here, right? Like Mims, you know, maybe was just a flash of pan last year. Pat Bryant's obviously a rookie we don't know about. Hopkins and Allen, maybe they're both dusty. So it's not the sexiest, receiver room outside of the top four, but that's okay. It doesn't always need to be sexy. And then Andrews, Likely, and Chick. So this is interesting. He gets Andrews and Likely, pairs them up with Lamar. I haven't done this yet. I've thought about stuff like this where it's like, like this is a sharp to pull to have Andrews and Likely together. Because if you're having one, you're kind of betting against the other in some ways. But the Ravens do use a lot of two tight ends, and maybe the bet is that Bateman or Flowers get hurt, so Likely is going to step up more in like a receiver role. But still, I don't know if I would. Personally, for me, I don't know if I'm comfortable doing the two tight ends yet. But it is an interesting strategy, when you have Lamar Jackson. So, well done, everybody. That will also be it for me drafting. One edible chalupa, yay. Wasn't trying, but Likely fell. Yeah, that's what I noticed too. Is like Likely falling, around past ADP. Just have some fun with it, right? Maybe it does work out that way. But what a successful stream. I appreciate everyone coming in to chat with your boy. Had a great time, built some bangers, and hit that sub button, hit that like button. I'll be back tomorrow, streaming again. And have a great day. And until then, peace out, everybody. And yeah, basically